is a smile and a twinkle in the eye. Happy is a friend or a homemade apple pie. Everyone has feelings. We show them on our faces. We feel them in our body. We tell them with the voices how you feel the way you feel. Sad is a tear and a head hanging down. Sad is when you lose your special toy in town. Everyone has feelings. We show them on our faces. Feel them in our body. We tell them with our voices how you feel the way you feel. Anger is a fist and a heart beating fast. Anger's being pushed, falling down and coming last. Everyone has feelings. We show them on our faces. We feel them in our body. We tell them with our voices how you feel the way you feel. Scared is a gasp, your legs start to shake. Scared is hearing thunder that gives your house a shake. Everyone has feelings. We show them on our faces. Feel them in our body. We tell them with our voices how you feel the way you feel. 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 How you feel the way you feel.
Hi, friends. Welcome back. It's me, Mrs. Packard, the school counselor over at Bogan. Now, I'm wondering if you're wondering again, why is Mrs. Packard teaching me today? I don't go to Bogan. I'm a Marshall. I'm a Kramer student. That's because the school counselors in all of Talawanda decided to switch up who was teaching what lessons. So I am so lucky and so thankful that I get to teach kindergarten and second grade. I love spending time with you so much, and I hope you had a wonderful holiday season. I know it didn't snow much, but it did snow a little. I know my kids were really excited about that. If you remember, the last time we were together, we talked about my friends, Javon and Eddie, and how even though they had a lot that was the same, a lot in common, they were both feeling different feelings about the same thing. If you look on their faces and look on their bodies, you can tell that they're both climbing the ladder at the park. However, if you look at Eddie's face in the yellow, Eddie is feeling happy, and we can tell because he has a smile on his mouth. His eyes are pushed together because as he's smiling, his cheeks are pushing his eyes together. But then Javon in the green, he wasn't feeling happy. He was feeling scared. I noticed, and I think you might have noticed, he was feeling scared because we saw the clue of his hands. Notice his hands. His hands are holding on very tight. He's not smiling. His eyes are a little wider than normal. Eddie and Javon are feeling different things about the same situation. Today, my friends, we are going to talk about when we do something on accident. An accident is when you do something that you didn't mean to do. Puppy and Snail want to tell you guys all about an accident that happened yesterday at the park. Well, I was carrying my snack.
Office to recess.
1 second. Mrs. Packard has to persevere. Even though I was interrupted, that's okay. Sometimes things don't happen the way we wanted them to. That was an accident. Mrs. Packard accidentally had her walkie-talkie still on. But that's okay. That happens. Back to Puppy and Snail. Puppy and Snail are going to tell us a story about what happened the other day when they were at the park. I was carrying my snack to the picnic table, and Puppy was right behind me. Snail suddenly stopped and we bumped into each other. I dropped my snack on the floor. It went everywhere. I was just about to get mad at Snail, then Snail explained. I'm sorry. It was an accident. I saw something shiny on the ground and I stopped to look. Would you like some of my snack? Then I wasn't mad at Snail anymore. Snail, Puppy, I'm so glad that you apologized and explained to Snail that it was an accident. And Snail, you did something to help. Good job, friends. Snail, even though it was an accident, even though you stopped and he bumped into you, you still helped him understand that it was an accident. Very good. Here's another story about something that happened on accident. This is Darla. Darla is the one standing. Darla is the girl in the gray. Darla was running through the park and not looking where she was going. She ran into James, who then fell down. This was an accident. Darla didn't mean to knock him down, but James doesn't know that it was an accident. I want you to think right now. Tap your brains. How do you think James is feeling? I'm going to give you a second just to say it out loud. James is feeling hurt. James is feeling mad. How can you tell? Look at his face. Look at his body. I can tell that James is feeling hurt and mad and maybe even a little sad because he's looking down to the ground. He's frowning, which means he's not smiling. He's holding his arm. I also think that he's feeling hurt, mad, or sad just by thinking about the situation and what was happening. Thinking about the fact that Darla ran into him tells me a lot. If I got bumped into, I think I would also feel hurt or sad. Now I want you to look at my friend. Her name's Daria. I think I called her Darla just a second ago. I have accidents and mistakes too. Think about how Daria is feeling. Notice her body. Say it out loud. How do you think she's feeling? I think that Daria is feeling sad or sorry. Notice her body. She's bent down looking at James. She's not smiling. And she sure didn't run away, did she? I want you to tap your nose if you're thinking the same thing I am. You think that she's feeling sad or sorry. Daria can feel or understand how James is feeling. She has empathy for him. Say that word with me. Empathy. Let's clap it. Empathy. Do you think Daria meant to upset James? Nod your head yes or no. No, I don't think so either. I don't think she did that on purpose. Did she mean to knock him down to the ground? Nod your head yes or no. No, I don't think she did either. How can you tell from this picture? Oh, Puppy, I see you raising your hand. How can you tell that Daria didn't mean to knock James down? Well, Mrs. Packard, it looks like Daria stopped to see if he was okay. She's bending down. She didn't run away. She stopped to see. Very good, puppy. Accidents are not done on purpose. When we do something on purpose, we mean to do it. An accident is when we don't mean to do something. It's not done on purpose. I want you to think, if Daria had pushed James on purpose, would it still be an accident? Nod your head, yes or no. Oh, Snail, thank you for raising your antenna. Snail wants to share. Hi, friends. If Daria pushed James on purpose, it would not be an accident. So I'm shaking my head no. I want you to pretend, Snail, I'm not done with you, friend. Snail, I want you to pretend that you're Daria. Okay. Pretend you're Daria. What is something Daria can say to James? I think Daria could say, James, I'm sorry. It was an accident. Are you okay? That's right. What else could she say? She could also say, I didn't mean to knock you down. So, Snail, you're saying that if Daria explained to James that it was an accident, then James might understand that she didn't do it on purpose. Yes, I think that's right, Mrs. Packard. But if Daria doesn't say anything, will James know it was an accident? No way. She should tell him, I'm sorry. It was an accident. Are you okay? Thank you, Snail. I'm going to have you sit back down in your shell over here. Sometimes we do things to other people that we don't mean to do. Remember what happened with Puppy? Snail and Puppy were walking to a picnic table at the park. Snail saw something shiny. Snail didn't mean to make Puppy drop the snack on the floor. When accidents happen, it's important to use a kind voice and say, I'm sorry, it was an accident. Are you okay? If I bumped into somebody and I was in a hurry and I just said, sorry, it was an accident, and just kept walking, was that a very kind voice? No. What about this? I'm so sorry, that was an accident. Are you okay? Did I use a kind voice? Yes. Even the way we say things can tell people things. Sorry. Kind? I'm so sorry. I did not mean to push you down. Are you okay? Kind? Yes. Very good. Friends, with a grown-up in your house, we're going to practice saying, I'm sorry, it was an accident, and checking to see if the person's okay. I would like for you to practice the following situation. A situation is something that might happen. We're going to pretend like it did happen. After we're done with our lesson, I want you to go to a grown-up and ask them if they can imagine with you, if they can pretend with you. I want you to imagine if you were sitting down watching a show with your grown-ups and you reached up to stretch and you put your leg out and you didn't realize it, but your grown-up was walking through and you accidentally tripped them. I want you to practice. Don't practice really tripping them. Just imagine that happened and then think about what you could say to your grown-up. I think I would say this. I'm so sorry, that was an accident. I didn't see you were coming. Are you okay? Remember, accidents sometimes happen. They happen a lot. In my house, they happen all the time. But even when we have an accident, even when we do something that we didn't mean to do, it's still important to take responsibility, which means ownership, which means saying, yep, I did that, and using a kind voice to say, I'm sorry, that was an accident. Are you okay? So, your homework is to practice with a family member, a grown-up, what you can say if you were to accidentally trip them when you were stretching. I'll see you in 2 weeks. Goodbye.